All right, so we are live, and I am super excited to be joined by Dima Kubrak from Sellarize. Kind of sneaked on there. Anyway, Dima, it's great to have you here. And for everybody watching, we're going to be talking about ways that you can grow your sales on Amazon so you can become a master of all things Amazon. So Dima, thank you for joining us. Oh, I can't hear you. Can you hear me? We are live, folks. And so while Dima's working on that, just a real quick, make sure I don't mess anything up on my end.
How about now? Do you hear me?
Oh, there we go. There we go. We are live. And a lot of times I ask folks, hey, can you hear me? And it's because I'm not trying to manipulate the system or whatnot, although it does help the algorithm when people comment. I will admit to that. But sometimes things happen. Tech happens.
You know, it's like I have this mic and I forgot to click one button, and it's like with the Amazon, you did everything, but you forgot to click one button.
Yes,
and that's it. All your efforts of 6 months preparations for the launch went to the drain.
I like that you tied it into what we're going to be talking about here today. So yes, that's very true, very true. So folks, just want to make sure you can hear us. Definitely make sure to get your questions in as early as possible. This is our PPC AMA. Today, we're going to be kind of shifting the conversation a little bit more from PPC, which we're happy to answer your questions, but more into questions on you're sending traffic to Amazon, but now you got to convert it. So Dima is an absolute expert at that and knowing how to optimize your listings and things of that nature. So I'm super excited to have this conversation. So while folks are thinking of what questions they want to ask Dima, if you don't mind, just give us a quick rundown on who is Dima.
Yeah, guys, what's up? I hope we're gonna have a good 1 hour together. I personally came from Ukraine in 2010.
Oh, wow.
I live in US for almost 15 years. Time flies. I started to sell on Amazon in 2013. We went so high really quickly. Because I was developing different tools, strategies. And in 2013, Amazon was a bit different. So I hired a big team quickly. And, back in the days, I know how many of you guys are like old wolves like me. But Amazon changed a lot dramatically. And it used to be a lot of different hacks and strategies. And I would say Amazon improved more and more and become more like a real marketing platform where you have to focus on branding and optimizations. Back in the days, there used to be like hacks and hacks and hacks over hacks.
Right, yeah. Two-step URLs and,
it used to be
sharing codes and all this crazy stuff.
Yeah. Like back in the days, you could just give away as many products as you want. Every person can leave the review. You can set up 99% coupon codes. Each review costs you $1 or nothing. So it used to be Wild West, and everybody was manipulating. There was lots of like a flat file manipulations, attacks, and pretty much you've been facing a lot of unfair advantages by people who've been manipulating the system. But Amazon actually step up the game, and of course there's still a lot of things that people abuse. But overall, Amazon become a safer place for players who wants to build a stronger business, like legit business, and focus on marketing and not worrying about like someone can hack them with just like some flat file or whatever level of your expertise. Those of you who's been selling for a long time, a lot of says like Amazon become more difficult, which is not true. You just need to step up your game about education, about marketing, PPC. Even look, I'll tell you this way. In 2014, I purchased one of my first like exclusive events where I went to. It was like $13,000 or $15,000 attend, and on this event, I remember we were speaking about different strategies, and there was two main topics at the event. First was there was a guy who told them on this event how to ship products directly from China to USA which was everybody was like, "Are you serious? It's possible." No, I was seriously. It was like a golden information. Imagine, like, it was so complex back in the days. Nobody knew how to do it, how to prepare shipping labels and everything. We've been wasting so much resources on that. And the second, I remember I went and I said, like, guys, do you know there's a PPC inside? And they're like, are you serious? Yeah. And they like, how do you do it? I say, like, you just go and you turn them on, because it was only automatic PPC. So you just turn them on. That's it. Now it's like so many strategies and placements and beats and and type of targeting. So it's become
a lot has changed over the years.
Yeah.
It's definitely there's a lot more levers to pull and a lot more things you could do than once upon a time. Somebody had shared a screenshot of like what the search results. It was the search results page back in like 2016 compared to what it looks like today. And you know how many more, how much more space is dedicated to like sponsored. Whereas it used to be like 1 or 2 on page 1. Now it's like the majority of page 1 is sponsored. Or if you look at your own listing, now there's like A+ content that wasn't there back in the day. There's all these other ads that weren't there on your own listing. So a lot has changed. So it's important not just to get people to your listing, but to convert them. And so this is a great chance to ask questions of someone who's been doing this for, did my math work out correctly? You've been doing this for over 10 years now?
Yeah. I started in 2013.
Yeah. Nice. So you've seen a lot of the transitions along the way. Where do you see things going on Amazon as people are thinking of their questions? And I see some people starting to type them into the comments.
Yeah. Where overall Amazon, I would say, it's not about Amazon anymore. It's more about building a community for your brand, like following, So yeah, we're still launching products within Amazon because it's much easier to leverage the traffic that Amazon already have, and much easier to do research and launch. But nowadays it's a lot of platforms that can provide you I would say like direct traffic, converting traffic, or traffic that you're looking for, the buyer, communities, influencers, people with opinions. You can sponsor them and they can just bring the traffic to you to your products. I will tell you this way. Okay. In 2013, when I started, I would just have an idea to have an e-commerce business. Nowadays, I have many companies. I have fulfillment centers, my fulfillment centers, that I call ASAP warehouse, that I help Amazon sellers. I have a IT company, which is Sellarize. I have many Amazon brands, beauty company, supplements company, tea company, kids company, and I have my warehouse or my factory. I have a factory where I produce supplements. It's under everything under my company. I have a retail stores, and it's all been developed throughout these 10 years. We have more than 150 employees. So but I'm an active Amazon seller. Every single day at 8:30 a.m., I'm jump on a call with my team to discuss product launches, optimizations, product launches, and optimization. It's quick. It's a quick calls, but overall, it's just to make sure we speed up the process with my team. So.
Okay, good deal. So, all right. So I heard quite a few things that would be great for folks to ask questions about. So the one thing I will say, folks, is if you've not been to one of our AMAs before, this operates just like it is when you're in high school or college or wherever else, where they say, hey, does anyone have any questions? And everyone just kind of sits around and like stares at each other, except we're virtually. So you're just staring at the two of us. But what happens is all of a sudden towards the end, everybody's raising their hand because they want to get their question and they want to get their question in. So we will cut off questions before 1 o'clock. So make sure you get your questions in now while you still can, because every week pretty much we run out of time. And so right now we have a few questions to get to first.
Let me add you something. Look,
please,
guys, you have to understand, like, I always what I'm gonna say right now, I always relate this to the local events and trainings that I usually go. I go to many trainings, and And I remember when in 2013, first time I went to the event. I always asking questions. The only problem was I couldn't speak much English, so 60% of what people was saying I couldn't understand. So, but I was always curious how they build business, And I remember we went on this event, and I was asking questions. I even have a picture of me asking questions all the time because it was on a big screen. And you know, when they ask a question with the mic, they put you on the screen. So, and I have this pictures for myself. And they ask, and they say like, "Hey, now we want entire audience. We want you to give best business ideas, like how you can build business on Amazon, and everybody can submit, and people will vote, and we're gonna pick the best ideas, and then you will be on the stage. And out of almost 5,000 people, they chose me out of them. You know, like so there was 10 people, and I placed a second place across all the ideas because I couldn't even explain what the idea was. No, I could, but people was just voting for also another guy. So he was number one, I was number two. So what I'm saying, don't be afraid to ask questions. Make sure you ask as many questions as you can. And while you're sitting here live, you invest in your time. That's not just for the entertainment. It's for you to seriously take this knowledge, because I can share with you as much as I can. It's kind of I'm paying back, because back in the days, what happened to me, I used to be a pedicab driver when I came to US. I used to be this like a guy on a bicycle taking tourists on the back.
Oh, okay,
yeah. And then I met a guy, and he was a fun, cool guy. And I told him, what do you do? He said, like, I sell products on eBay. He said, like, I'm a smart guy. Just explain, what do you do? And I was like, how are you doing? And he invited me to his house. For 3 days, he'd been showing me how he sell products on eBay, and that's how I get started. So, and that like went up after that. So,
well, one of the words that you used that really stuck out to me was curious, and I think that's a word we don't talk about enough. Is just be curious about, you know, what are the things you could learn, and you've picked up a lot along the way because you were curious. It sounds like so. All right, so we got some curious people here. We're going to get to some questions. First off, comes from Jeffrey. Under PPC campaigns, insight and planning, brand metrics, I'm getting an internal server error. Has the PPC metric been moved to another location? Looking to compare my conversion to category. Honestly, I'm not sure, but if you're getting internal server error, if I'm picturing what I think that is, it could be you have an extension, like a Chrome extension, that could be interfering, or it could just be that the Amazon system was down. So I would try it again, and then maybe start turning off some of your Chrome extensions to see if anything was blocking it. That happens sometimes. Any other thoughts?
No. You know what I can tell? Like, you can ask a lot of technical questions in terms of like where to put a dot or comma. Maybe that's not the best way to approach me, because I would pretty much fix this with my team and review it. As you said, for example, like there could be like a browsing cookies, or there could be some another extension that blocking something. That it happening a lot to me as well in the past. Like all these big brands like Keepa and Helium 10 and other guys. And I don't want to like say they can do something wrong, but sometimes they do a little bit more. And then sometimes just by turning off, you can see, hey, is it interfering with your browser? If yes, just put this on a pause, because some of these extensions are super valuable. You cannot just turn them off, but sometimes something may happen. So,
true.
And look, and a lot of time, like sometimes on a calls with my team, they ask me, hey, Dima, what I'm gonna do with this? I say like, but did you ask a customer support on Amazon? You know, like we believe that Amazon support a lot of time answering with the templates and kind of strange answers, and I hate talking to Amazon support. That's why that was my first task that I dedicate to my team. I just hired a customer support that helps me to talk to the customer support of Amazon. So it was my first goal. And make sure sometimes you ask Amazon directly too.
That's a good question too. Yeah, or hire someone to ask Amazon for you. Jeffrey also asked, I may soon be in need of warehouse services. Can you tell me the advantage of using ASAP Warehouse? Just to confirm, ASAP is your warehouse, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's
Okay.
it's my warehouses. I have three. I have three
Okay.
warehouses. Yeah, yeah. So they growing. What's the advantage of using a cyber house? I'm not the biggest advantage. Maybe it's just because we're Amazon sellers as well. We understand every single part of the process. My team specifically trained to exclude mistakes that other warehouses can make, and because we're actively selling our products, we care about this all the time. We know how to prepare pallets for faster inbounds. So I can tell it's not like I'm hiding anything. You know, like for example, if you ship in a pallet, you on a pallet, once you wrap it, you put a special piece of paper, you know, like a single ASIN. You should write a single ASIN. If you write this, the inbound will be way faster than if you don't put this sticker, because for Amazon it's very important. They understand the entire pallet, they don't need to be sorted. You know, it can be take right away to the place where your ASIN located in their warehouse. So, and that's a lot of little things that we're doing for optimizations. Helps sellers to make better and more efficient job on Amazon.
Got it. No, that's good, because it comes down to people got to understand Amazon's processes. You know,
Yep.
Amazon's a little different than other companies. And so, you know, some warehouses are old school, and maybe, you know, they're, you know, just like a cross stock warehouse trying to get stuff, you know, from a distributor into another, you know, higher up the chain distributor, whatever the case is. So, and make sure you're dealing with someone that knows what they're doing with Amazon.
Yeah, no, we so optimized. We do everything. We do bundlings and two-step drop shipping. If people know what we're talking about, it's a lot. I don't know why, but I have lots of guys from Pakistan requesting two-step drop shipping. Maybe someone promoting this type of business over there, but it's the main request I'm getting from Pakistan for some reason. So it's interesting, you know. Like, so some countries probably focusing on different things. Like like for example, I've seen let's say in Ukraine, people focus a lot on wholesale. It's just, I don't know, maybe some people just come up with a course, educate and promote the course.
Right.
I'm not talking specifically the country specific businesses that, but they're just probably people been educated specific way of selling on Amazon. So make sure you guys look wider, because Amazon business is such a massive things. You can make so many millions. I think become a big freedom for you.
Awesome.
Yeah, speaking about additional details, make sure you build a solid team, okay? And you try to hire people in your team. We call this with a success track record. So people who already have experience previously in a field that you're trying to delegate. Unless you're doing something so well on Amazon and you want to start to delegate, then you can hire pretty much just an active person and teach him everything you do. And what I did at the beginning, I remember, I was hiring people, teach them, then they quit, and there was like a full cycle. You know, it makes you very, very stressful overall. I start to record like a little videos. Nowadays, it's a simple Chrome extension. It's called Loom. You just use it and you just record everything that I do. I just record little videos. I put them in order. And if someone asks me like, "Hey, Dima, how to like set up exact PPC campaign, or how to ship product to Amazon, or how to ship product from China to Amazon," every single video I was creating what I was doing myself. And let's say I put in these videos to the logistic department folder. So every time I hire and teach new person, I just give them the folder. They can be educated or just send them videos. So I don't need to always repeat myself, especially when you hire and fire. I personally hired and fired more than 400 people. So it's a lot of processing and optimization to make sure every new person who comes get proper onboarding.
That's good. So basically you're setting up the systems in your business so that way you're not having to manually go back and say, all right, let me show you individually.
Yeah.
Here's how you set up the exact match campaign. They can just say, here's the documentation.
Yeah.
Let us know if you have questions, type of thing.
You know, and I can tell another guys, you will grow. Yeah, eventually you will grow. Everyone will grow if you focus on that. And my part is not evaluating your levels, okay? Because everybody performing at their own level, at their own speed. So never compare yourself to others. Just to make sure you go at your comfortable speeds, because you can burn out really quickly if you take too much risk. I remember at the beginning when I was working like crazy. I remember the first time I took a $1 million loan, and it used to feel very, very heavy on my shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Because $1 million loan at that
Oh yeah,
time
that's
was
not chump
it,
change.
yeah. And then Amazon changed the algorithm, and everything that been working for me stopped. And I've been paying like $130,000 per month in loans.
Mm-hmm.
So and it was stressful actually. So before I think it
I can
was like,
imagine.
yeah, it was very, very stressful, because um before you make a first dollar, you have to create $130,000 pretty much profit, at least cash flow. So, and I would say this way: if entrepreneur never been next to the bankruptcy level, he don't know what this entrepreneurship means, because I'm very good at managing crisis. I remember I used to have like lots of business partners, and at difficult times they was just freaking out, and I was keep continue moving. Like I just couldn't stop. I just continue moving. So believe it or not, bad times they will end one day, so the good times will come again. So
Love that.
yeah.
All right. So we have a couple of questions coming in
Sure.
that we'll get to. So one is there are a few other questions, but I'm going to focus. I'm going to strategically pick some of them. One of them asks, I want to present our clients reports of organic orders versus PPC orders on a SKU level. So which reports should I download, and how much time do I get in the order to get the accurate results, as I'm doing this manually? Therefore, can I automate for better efficiency and time saving? So basically understanding organic versus paid sales, which I can picture how someone might piece that together using Amazon, but I'll let you answer that question however you think is the best way to come up with that data. Or do you have a different direction you would like to go with answering that?
No, it's very simple. I'm like, I don't know what tools you use. A lot of tools nowadays they show this, and I don't know if you're doing this manually and downloading like spreadsheets, business reports, and PPC reports. You matching them, you're wasting a lot of
Mm-hmm.
time. To be honest, just take one of the. I use Sellarize, but it's my own tool. I specifically made that to see all the comparisons between the organic and PPC during the launch, during when the product already stable, or when we're trying to like do ranking campaigns for the product. It's all the metrics we're monitoring, like how much traffic impressions comes from desktop, mobile. There's so many metrics you can see, like there's tons of them, and depends on which one you focus. But for PPC management, you can use different also platforms. There's like plenty. We tested almost all of them. So because Sellarize itself doesn't focus on PPC optimization, we don't have a specific tool. I have just a general overview of the performance, but Sellarize is not for the PPC management. So that's
Gotcha. So point being, there's tons of tools out there that can help you with that, or you could use a series of VLOOKUPs and whatnot if you wanted to manually do it. Now, if someone's manually doing it, I would definitely recommend, if you have it in a spreadsheet, use business reports and SKU economics. I haven't played enough with that. Have you played with the newer SKU economics reports?
No. Look, I don't do
Or
any.
has your team, I should say?
No. We everything we do just within Sellarize. Everything like optimized, because it's pretty much a big team of 30 people, developers, constantly improving the code. So for us, there's no reason to do any manual work, because another big team of Amazon, they cannot waste their time just by going and filtering out like some metrics. Everything have to be ready, because a lot of big decisions, like every mistake can cost you like thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
True.
I will give you one good example. I remember I had an employee. Her name was Anush. There was a girl, and
Okay.
she made a coupon code. And at that time, I remember it was just updating. It was before we got the Sellarize. I remember it was updating our like financial system and tracking system, and she set up the coupon code almost like a 99% off or for the product. And then I came back like a bit like about 2 weeks later, I see like 500 units sold. They're like, oh my god, and they all was like almost zero, and also they create a minus with the fees and shipping cost. But the cool part, it made this product a bestseller. So eventually, after I switched everything, turned off the coupon, this product is bestseller for almost 7 years. So
Oh,
which is
wow.
like a good mistake, maybe, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool example, when mistakes can lead you to so much profits.
Nice.
Yeah.
And sometimes, our biggest failures are what lead us to our biggest successes. So
Yeah.
at least it worked out in the end for you. All right. So another question that came in, you talked a little bit about meeting with your team almost daily about launching. So this person asked about how to launch supplements, but in general, how do you launch a product? What is your general philosophy? What are you talking to in those 8:30 meetings with your team?
Yeah, it's actually a very good question, because we pretty much focus on launching supplements, beauty products. We basically focusing on launching consumable products, everything that people everything that will need to buy a second time, third time, fourth time, if people satisfied with the product. The second important part, when we're launching, we're trying to understand, okay, um, pretty much anything that you're gonna launch nowadays on Amazon is already exists there. So it's not about you. It's not like you ranking the product. It's you replacing someone else.
That's
So
an interesting way to look at it, but it's true.
yeah,
Everything is competitive on Amazon.
yeah. So if you look at this type of perspective, then you're asking yourself, who you replacing? And when you answer this question truly, and you spend, we call this strategic ranking, okay? So when you answer this question correct, you will find, okay, first of all, you're analyzing your competition level. Yeah, like, okay, is it a big brand? Is it like a Chinese brand? Is it someone who trying to manipulate the system? So you try to analyze as much as you can by using existing tools like Keepa, like outside traffic tools, and wherever you can identify keywords that they have, claims that they made. So pricing, coupons. There's like review system, how fast they add in reviews. If they add in too many reviews, it's probably they manipulating reviews or something like. So there's few things, few important things. Then the second part is, let's say you try to compete in let's say in beauty, okay, just to give a proper example, because some people, they're not familiar with the supplement brands. But let's say beauty, and you try to compete against L'Oreal. It's pretty much impossible, because L'Oreal, it's a well-known brand.
Been
Replacing
around for a long
L'Oreal,
time, spent a
yeah,
lot of
yeah,
money
like
on TV ads and
yeah. So and if L'Oreal is number one, then replacing L'Oreal, because L'Oreal is not trying to rank. L'Oreal there because it's a L'Oreal.
right.
Yeah. So even if you force somehow to be further than L'Oreal, probably your chances to stay at the top would be almost none. You're just gonna waste your money. Um, and how are you trying to rank? So that's another big question for us. We inside, for example, inside Sellarize, we built a special system. It's called Keyword Hunter. It's a system that collects all the keywords that make sales on Amazon, and then pretty much you can filter them by the specific semantic course. So it's much easier. It's much easier if I would show, but technically, it's, let's say, if you try to sell facial serum, you're not trying to sell just facial serum, because it's pretty much any product can fit this request. We're trying to find keywords that are specifically targeted for our product. Let's say it's going to be a retinol serum, or it's retinol serum for face, or I will give you an example. For example, we've been selling retinol serum, and I remember it was like a retinol serum for skin. And then we find that much better is just to replace retinol serum. I remember we were selling like 40 units a day, And then I asked my friend, hey, what I'm gonna do, like we're just trying to boost, and he's like, try to change retinol serum for skin to retinol serum for face. And after we flip it, the cells went up to 80 cells per day. So
Oh, wow.
it was many years ago before we made Keyword Hunter. Even I think it was before the Sellarize exists. But I'm just giving like this like a little stories for you to explain like some things. Not always obvious.
Yeah, so sometimes it's about being a little bit more specific. Is
Basically,
that
yeah. So what we did in
or
Keyword
laser
Hunter,
targeted?
no, I will explain. In Keyword Hunter, what we did, we make this tool that shows you keywords that make sales, and then we filter them out, these keywords, and we pick in only the top keywords that makes the difference. There's like three main metrics that we use. It's a conversion, it's market share, and an amount of sales that the keyword is producing. So because a lot, like for example, facial serum can have a lots of traffic, lots of sales, but conversion is very small. So if you're gonna rank to this keyword, you may not stay at the top because the market always change. So and it may take a lot of effort to get with this keyword to the top. But let's say if there's a search term that specifically matches your product, highly relevant. So ranking for this specific search term would be for you much more potential for the future. And the second part comes in the game. It's who you replacing. So technically, you have the keyword right now, like retinol serum for face. You check what is your top three competitors because main traffic still in top three. Outside of top, it's outside. I think outside of top three almost doesn't exist because because there's so much paid placements. So no, it exists. Like you can actually check. That's why we have in the Keyword Hunter we have this metric. It's called market availability. It means how much percentage of total sales per specific keyword comes outside of top three. So why we have this metric? Yeah, it's like if you spend money on ranking for specific search term, and let's say your effort was not enough, and you get stuck at position 10 or 8, it shows you what's the percentage sales of outside of top three is dedicated like
How do
lower.
you measure that?
Secret.
Or you got a special algorithm, basically.
Yeah. We have all this data, so and all this information is important for you to create we call this strategic ranking. So that's pretty much main strategy. You replacing someone else with this with his product by specific search term, and we usually choose when we're launching a products and supplements. We don't go like to so many keywords. We take 3 up to 5 keywords just to focus on. At the beginning, we just try to focus between 1 to 3 because for us, when we launch in a product, number one focus is the we call this proof of concept. Meaning, what does it mean proof of concept? So if we develop the product, we want to understand the product is potentially can replace someone else. We run big full campaign or Sellermetric campaign, which is like A/B split testing, like images. Like a lot of people like. So what we would do, we take these 3 guys, we take our image, we stick there, we run the campaign. If our goal is for our image to win at least 60% of the clicks, meaning like probably in the search results, we're also gonna win the clicks. And then then we run PPC and like some other strategies like outside traffic to boost extra signals to Amazon, and we also do some like PPC. But you have to remember PPC, especially like what we're saying inside our team, overpaying for PPC. It's paying for underperforming listing. So you have to optimize listing a lot to make sure you can scale PPC. Because if you try to scale PPC to $1,000 or $2,000 per day in spend, you can waste a lot of money if you're losing like 1% or 2% of the conversion that you can pre-optimize before you would do it.
Okay, got it. Okay, so you're looking at, can I replace that person using things like pick food tests, are people going to click your image and things of that nature? Does your listing hold up to it? So if you're saying, okay, I'm in positions 8 through 10, let's say, and you're trying to get into the top 3 organic, what are some of the things you're focusing on to like optimize the listing? Like what are like steps 1, 2, and 3, so to speak?
Yeah. So first of all, choose limited amount of keywords. Let's say you pick one. Yeah, I assume.
Like, are you talking about like the title, PPC?
No. Look, we speaking about ranking for the specific search term.
Okay.
So that's what I'm trying. Look, okay. So let's break it down to little more details. Your total amount of sales that you get in like orders per day, they come from somewhere. So they come from organic positions, they come from PPC placements, they come from Amazon retargeting, they come from Amazon placements. So and actual sales that happening with the keywords, organic keywords, is around under 40%. A lot of people, they think the organic keyword positions they bring 100% or whatever, I know, like 80%, which is not true. Amazon have lots of traffic from other placements, a lot of them. So and you have to understand this. So pretty much you can boost your sales. Yeah, and if you look at some competitors and they sell, I know, like 500 units a day, and you try to just rank for the specific keywords, and you think you're going to replace him, it's near to impossible unless the guy run out of stock or been blocked or something happened to him. So because organic keyword positions, they cannot replace 100% of the traffic and sales, near to impossible. No, unless Amazon take his placements and dedicate them to you. Throughout some optimizations, but grandfathered ASINs very difficult to be replaced, because Amazon spent a lot of effort to place this ASIN in different articles and different placements and affiliates using this ASIN. So there's lots of things that comes into the game beside of just organic positions optimizations. I would say this way: if you look at someone and your only strategy is just to rank keywords on Amazon, you shouldn't expect more than 30% of his sales overall. So, but if you add PPC game, maybe you can add another 20-25%, and eventually, with the history of sales and further optimization and maybe better metrics and conversion, and so many little things, you will start to gain higher and higher sales, and maybe eventually you're gonna overcome this guy and just overall beat him in terms of revenue, sales. Oh, another good part, I have to tell you this.
Please.
I have to tell you this. Because I start to do less and less webinars and podcasts, so I just speak mainly with my team and just guiding them, growing and growing. There's one important question we always ask in our team. We always ask, it's kind of a common thing. We say, like, how much it costs to be a bestseller? Because you ask yourself, how much is actually cost to be a bestseller? And I can tell you, sometimes bestseller is not making more money than you are by staying in position 5 or 6, because they spending so much effort to be there. So and pretty much, like, I have many products that are bestsellers, but some of them I intentionally don't want to be a bestseller. I tried. I can turn on PPC, burn, and just be at the top. But for me, it's much easier to make money in a long run and dedicate this money to the launching new products, building my community outside of Amazon, and just reinvest in these profits. Because the bigger games, guys, you play, the more balance you have to find. You cannot just go all in and expect to win. Eventually, you can run out of resources, and then loans becomes a problem, and then you can grow a huge monster behind your back, in terms of responsibilities, team, suppliers, loans, debts. It may kill you. So, speaking about a bestseller, think about this way: if you sell, let's say, in a facial serums, and there's a subcategory of facial serums, and there's like a top 100 people, so you can always ask yourself, let's say you stay in position number 50, yeah. Then the question, okay, how much is gonna, or like what's the guy on position number 20, or position number 10, what it takes to get there? Like, what do you think it takes to get there? It's organic positions, it's additional keywords, it's more PPC spend, like, so that's something that you have to answer yourself truly, like, if you're willing to invest this money for the ranking campaigns, for the influencers, for your product boost on the market, because everything will cost you money. So sometimes it may cost you a lot more than you can make in the first 6 or 8 months. So you have to be willing to invest.
That's such a good point, because sometimes, it's like we get a little competitive and we're competing with a person we usually have no idea who they actually are. It's just, this particular brand that's like number 1 or number 2 or whatever. But, to your point, there can be an expense to that. And so maybe they're at number 1 and you're at number 5, but you're actually taking just as much, if not more, money to the bottom line, because you're not spending all that money on, influencers and other ad sources and getting really aggressive with ads. But then also, if they're selling more units to make the same amount of money, they're also putting out more cash flow to do it. And so sometimes selling less is more, like, say like slow down to speed up.
Yeah. Look, there's lots of ways to skin a cat. What I'm trying to say, the strategies could be completely different. Like, maybe you're interested to get bigger market share. For example, if you're in consumable products and you want people to try as much your products as they can, because they're probably gonna love your product, so you're gonna grow the customer base, then you probably can have to focus on a number of orders. The profit and ROI is not that important for you. You just continue going. As far as you a little bit profitable, it's enough for you. You just continue going for the next 5-7 years, and you build such a massive amount of clients. They all buying. That's the ideal scenario, but it's not always go that way. Like, it could be a bit. You always have to have a little bit of a backup plan. Happened to me many times before. So because I'm crazy aggressive when I focus. I'm not aggressive in a bad way. I mean, like, I'm very enthusiastic. I'm very positive. Just like, hey, I always believe we can do it, and I never want to stop. So I found, like, for myself, a perfect balance. Just dedicate a partial amount of money from your profits, from your ASIN. Like, if you rank the product, it's making you money. Don't just use this as an ATM and enjoy the profits for the next 2-3 years, because slowly you may lose market share. Because other people, they also want to come, and they also want to compete. They also want to
exactly new people come in.
Yeah. So every product has a cycle, like, so meaning like a life cycle. So some products, they may die eventually. A lot of products that I launched in 2013, they still selling. So, but they're not selling as good as they used to. Like, I have one ASIN, they used to make me $80,000 profit per month. So one single ASIN, and I still sell this product. Maybe it's, what, I can actually check how much this product makes me right now, last month. But what I can what I can tell you is, just give me a second. I just want to see, like, imagine I launched this product in 2013, and in the last in the last 30 days, it made me $5,568.
So that's almost, not bad for work.
Almost $6,000. Yeah, I mean, like,
11 years ago.
Yeah, but the problem was this that not the problem, but I'm just saying, like, the market cooled down, more competition comes, so pretty much the market share become bigger, and eventually people get used to the product. It's become more available in retail. Prices will start to go down, because I used to sell this product for $25. Now I sell this product for $9.99. So it's
gotcha.
it's completely different. It's completely different scenario, because pretty much demand went down, supply went up. So yeah.
So something had to change.
Yeah.
All right. So Yossi says hello, and then
what's up, Yossi?
I am not sure how to say that, but it says
Yevgen Zuba. Yeah, I know.
All right, good. I'm glad somebody can read that. Thank you.
The guy
you bailed me out there.
Yeah.
When do you recommend to start PPC campaigns when you launch the new product, and what's the strategy to this PPC? So you might have touched on this a little bit on the last question.
Every situation is different. I want to tell you. Before we launch any product, we do a lot of research and preparation to see how the market look like, who we work against, what would be our competitive advantage. It's very important to understand. So pretty much, I'm not a fan of starting PPC before I got at least first reviews. So the review strategy is important, and usually we use a wine program for the reviews. And what we usually do, we launch first product, first ASIN. We call this listing 0. So we launch this ASIN, and we're not gonna sell this ASIN. We just send 30 units. We do a wine program. We have 30 reviews, and then we use this listing 0, and then we launch a main listing that we're gonna launch and boost. But because we get reviews from the wine, we just combine them as a variation. And from the day number 1 you get reviews. So that's how you can start the PPC from the day number 1.
Okay, so let me unpack that. I might not have heard this strategy. So is it a similar product that you're using for Vine reviews that's a variation? Like what does that look like for someone who's like, wait, how do I do that?
Yeah, look, I have to answer you a TOS compliant answer, correct? So
yes, we want to keep everybody as TOS compliant here as possible. Now, with that being said, the best way to not bring TOS is to not sell on Amazon, because everything is so vague. But there are ways to stay as possible with the TOS.
Every strategy can be adjusted to TOS compliant strategy. It's just gonna cost you just a little bit more money, and that's it.
Sure.
And so some people, why they break TOS, because they just try to cut this little expenses, which is not my suggestion, because Amazon is a trusted partner. You know, why would you just try to play too risky? You know, because you can lose everything. There's no reason. I have a good friend who teaches me before to play blackjack, and he told me, like, Dima, when you play casino, the main rule, you have to stay in a game. So never go all in. Just make sure you stay in the game, because one day the card will come. So and what I tell you,
the house always wins.
So look, actually in a blackjack is not true. You know, that's why. Look, I can touch about blackjack and how to win there in another video.
Maybe that's another conversation.
But you will be banned from the casinos. So anyway, eventually. Anyway, I was competing on math, in school, so I'm really good at mathematical things. So okay, speaking about TOS and optimization when you're doing launches. So let's say you launch a listing 0 and you're launching a 2-pack. Okay, you're sending only 30 units. You're not planning to keep continuous selling this. You may plan in the future, but are you selling? Let's say this 30 units, it's 60 units because it's 2-pack. You give away, people try it, and they usually leave around 50% reviews, 60% reviews, so you can get about 16, 17 reviews from this specific listing. There's few cool things that comes from the listing 0. Thing number 1, when you launching this first listing, you may did a wrong keyword research, or you may assuming some keywords was a good idea, but Amazon didn't like these keywords. They've been restricted or something trigger Amazon algo that your listing becomes suspended, or get to the additional verification, or get additional certificates request, or there's so many things that can come along the way.
Sure.
And imagine you launched a main listing, send there 5,000 units, just as an example, maybe 1,000 or more or less, whatever. People usually send like maximum they can, and it gets suspended, or it's asked you for additional certificates, and while you're getting certificates, 2 weeks pass, so you lost time, you don't have reviews, you cannot start wine campaign. Look, there's so many things that can go wrong when you didn't pre-test with the listing zero. So this listing zero, you create 2-pack, send Tori 60.
Okay, a 2-pack.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
So yeah, everything legit.
Mm-hmm.
No manipulations. Like you start a new listing. It's 2-pack. You're
Mm-hmm.
sending everything to Amazon. You giving away the to wine customers. You close everything because it's run out of 30 units, and pretty much now you're getting reviews. And also you need to understand, okay, you will start to get honest reviews, real reviews from wine customers. And these wine customers, sometimes they really didn't like something, and they start to leave you like 3 stars, 2 stars, 4 stars, and you end up at the rating of 3.7. And imagine it's your main listing, you give away to get wine reviews, you'd end up at 3.7. Your lunch went to the drain, and you lost all the money on a campaign. So and you have to remove the inventory. It costs you a lot of money, headache, and it's your first product that you've been launching, and you give up on Amazon, and so on, so on. So that's what sometimes happens to people. That's why I say, like, when I show you some strategies, I show you them from my practical standpoint. I launch products all the time, every day. I optimize them every single day inside my companies. It's not like I'm consulting someone and play with their money. It's my personal money. So it's very important to understand. Okay, every risk I take with my heartbeat.
Yeah.
So, and what I'm saying. Okay, so you got this listing zero, prepared 2-pack. After you launch an 1-pack, now you can do legit variation. You put them together. You can even make active 2-pack if you want, like, so you can make it an inactive. It's still gonna put reviews together. So once you put all this together from the day number 1 of your main listing launch, you have reviews. And Amazon have no problems with you because it's a legit variation created by manufacturer, which is you. So
it's a quantity variation. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, no question asked. And there's no fake about some like color line or whatever. So everything legit. I want to make sure, because some people, they think, hey, there's a big sellers. They always doing some like great job. No, everything could be legit, guys. You can really think smart and think long game, because that's what about Amazon. So don't fall into this lousy hacking techniques, but by a lot of like people who don't know how to make money. They just try to make this like a short wins, and that's why they lose big. So okay, so once you made this, then you have a legit listing that have a honeymoon, easy to boost. You pre-optimize your main image, you research the price, you know who you're gonna replace, you pick 3 keywords that I told you at the beginning, and you start to focus on it. So you start to drive like outside traffic as well, and additional to bring like a positive signals to Amazon. You do your PPC campaigns. We usually start with the exact campaigns for the specific 3 keywords for the top of the search, and that's pretty much main focus. And we try to reduce the price at the beginning, just to make sure, because for a lot of people, you're like a brand new, not that many reviews, so they have to have a reasons to buy you. And also Amazon have a specific placements. One of the biggest placements they have, it's a lowest price, and it's a big placement. So if you match this placement, you will start to have placements across Amazon when you are brand new. They also have a placement top rated, which you would be at the beginning because you have all 5 stars pretty much. So all these little placements and wins, they're important at the beginning to warm up the algorithm for the first 30 days and get what, as we're saying, like a proof of a concept. So you want to see the uptrend going up. So there's so many more details into the product launches, of course, little tweaks. And I remember I was watching some movie about pilots, and they say like pretty much anybody can be a pilot. Like anybody can fly a good weather. They can land, they can take off, they can fly the distance. The biggest issue comes when the weather changes. So, and that's what they make experienced sellers are so more stable and get like a higher success rate in product launches, because they've been in so many bad weathers. Like I told
Right.
you,
They've seen the
yeah,
ups
like
and the downs.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So you know exactly what buttons to push, or at least you already prepare yourself to push these buttons to make sure you fly further, you land safer, and I used to say for a lot of people, like when they at least trying to grow or grow rapidly, um, when I launch the products, also I'm not only trying to pre-calculate how much money I can make from this product. I try to pre-calculate how much it's gonna cost me to discontinue this product. So because Kevin, you can launch products, and regardless of your expertise, um, there would be the chances of you to succeed on Amazon. They may be different, because depends on the current situation. How many people launching products at this time, at this specific time? Someone launching a water bottle right now. Yeah.
Hmm.
So if they're launching, let's say, if only you launching a water bottle, you have more chances to succeed. But if there's another 27 people found this water bottle, and they
Mm.
together with you launching and trying to boost the product, it will be much more complex to get to the top and stay with the sales. And it may happen. So, or for example, someone left you a negative review or two, also may
Hmm.
happen. That's the lottery part about Amazon as well. So it doesn't mean you did a bad job. It's just
Hmm.
unlucky situation. So, and yeah, and that's all the things that combine. Yeah.
Well, good stuff there. So we're going to kind of wrap this up. A question that kind of tees up what I was going to give you the opportunity to let people know a little bit about Sellarize, and anything else that you wanted to have them check out. So you mentioned Keyword Hunter
Yeah.
earlier. How would people sign up for Keyword Hunter or Sellarize?
Yeah, just go to sellarize.com, and once you sign up for a free trial, you would be able to see like there's about 20 different tools that you can use for your advantage. One of them, for example, we have a reimbursements as well, where you can get all your money back from Amazon for incorrect charges or lost inventory, and we don't charge any percentage. It's pretty much like a semi-automated. You still need to like click buttons to submit cases, meaning like
Hmm.
you click the button and sign Sellerize, and it's open case in Amazon because it's connected. So that's Hunter as well. You can see, and if you need a detailed walkthrough, you can set up a free demo call with the team. And my team, they will follow up with you, and they're gonna show, I think, like 30 minutes or 45 minutes. They're gonna show you and answer all your questions about Sellerize. So just dive deep, try it, use it.
Awesome. Well, appreciate having you on. And for everybody watching, if we didn't get to your question, I apologize, but make sure to join us again next Tuesday at noon, and we'll do our best to get to your questions. But sometimes I go a little bit out of order. So I know some people might be saying, hey, but I had a question there at the beginning. I was trying to go with where I see Dima is able to give us the best value. And I thought this was a great discussion. And Dima provided some interesting insights into some TOS compliant tactics that I had not heard before. So I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Kevin, also, I know you're gonna place this videos somewhere. If people gonna tag me, like I'm gonna see it. I know some of people couldn't join us live, but it doesn't mean you cannot ask the question. I would be happy
Sure.
to help you and answer your question as much as I can. So just ask questions under this video, and
Okay.
I will try to follow up with you, or maybe Kevin will just send me some information and about like list of questions you have. So
Sure.
yeah,
Sure. Yeah. Feel free to check back in the video, Dima, you or your team, and answer the questions and join in the conversation. But Natasha, also enjoy the conversation that we had here. Great information. And with that, thank you.
yeah. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you.